Hello everyone and welcome to this morning's stream. So I want to start by saying Happy New Year to everybody here. I know we're about 2.5 weeks into 2022, but if you weren't around last month in the end of 2021, I did let everyone know here on the channel I was going away. I did do a bunch of pre-recorded videos and everything like that, so the videos kept coming out. But this is the first live stream of 2022, so welcome to the new year. I do appreciate everybody for showing up today. It looks like we've already got 3 people, so welcome. If you guys are unfamiliar or if this is your first time here, basically what we're going to do in these live streams is there's the live chat. This live stream is very viewer guided. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, topics, sites, questions, comments, things you'd rather see on the channel, things you don't like, things you do like, please leave a live chat. It definitely helps me out in knowing what you guys would prefer to see on the channel, and of course, I like getting to see what you guys are interested in cryptocurrency. Crypto Ravi, welcome to the stream. I see you said give me some Ethereum. I would check out the high-paying faucet videos that I've got here on the channel. I did just do one for 2022. There's a number of sites in there that some of them do pay in Ethereum, some Bitcoin, some other altcoins. I highly recommend you check those out. As long as you have a device that connects to the internet, which it looks like you do since you're commenting, you can use those even if it's just a smartphone or a tablet. Faucets are a great way to get started in crypto and build up your holdings and make money without having to invest any money. So I would check those out. But yeah, so moving forward here, kind of just looking at the coin market cap here, or the Coin360 heat map, we can kind of see that crypto's been up and down over the last few weeks. 2022 has been a little bit of a roller coaster with crypto so far. Bitcoin sitting about 2.27% down at the time of this stream, which is, the morning of the 16th. $43,266.56. It was down a little bit lower than that just a little bit ago, earlier this week or last week, but still, I don't think that is this price range is a horrible spot for Bitcoin. Now, of course, I'd like to see it higher than that, but it seems to be kind of trading sideways here for just a little bit, which is never a bad thing in my opinion. I'd rather see it go sideways and not really change that much than go down. Of course, we'd rather see it go up, but, if it had to be one of the three, sideways is a lot more predictable, so it makes a lot more investments, faucets, stuff like that a lot more predictable. So, of course, that's my opinion. Of course, I do want to see it go up, but, you can't have everything, I guess. So, if you did miss my video that I did earlier, I believe it was this week, I talked about why I think, I believe it was on Friday this week, why I think Bitcoin will absolutely cross $100,000 this year. There's a number of factors that play into that, between some new regulation stuff, more adoption, Bitcoin being in the news more and more, everyday people learning about Bitcoin and seeing what's going on with it. That's going to bring more money into it. Now, you might be thinking, well, what's the point of having someone out there who, gets paid $40,000 a year putting in $5 every paycheck or every month or $100 a month? Well, while that is a small amount of money, as more and more people in that position do that, it could actually outweigh a really big investment from one wealthy investor. So I think the power of the common working class people is a lot stronger when it comes to investments like this than the more rich, wealthy billionaires of the world. Now, of course, they can upfront make one big investment, but one big investment isn't going to keep the price either steadily increasing or, get up to that level and just kind of trade sideways. But if we have, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people putting in a predictable amount of money, automatically from their paycheck every week, every month, whatever that time frame is, Bitcoin will slowly go up in price. So I think that's a really big factor in seeing Bitcoin go back up. Now, of course, that's just a prediction. We have no idea if Bitcoin's actually going to make it to that level. I do believe at some point in the future we will have $100,000 Bitcoin, whether that's, this week, 6 months from now, or 4 years from now. Who knows? But I believe absolutely, as long as there isn't some catastrophe in crypto or the Bitcoin blockchain doesn't crumble for some reason, absolutely $100,000 Bitcoins. So super, super cool. We'll have to wait and see what happens with it. It is, we got the whole year to, go through and see what happens. But, with where it's at right now, faucets, like I was saying with Crypto Ravi here, it's a great way to get some free crypto. When Bitcoin's down, faucets pay even better because you're actually getting more crypto versus, if you're just looking at the dollar value, you should be getting about the same, whereas you're getting more Bitcoin. So then, in theory, when Bitcoin does go back up, you will earn more from that crypto you're already holding. So, also down with Bitcoin here, Ethereum 33.45. Again, not a horrible price. It's been better. I don't think this is the worst. It could be a lot worse. And hey, 0.6% today, not terrible. But as you can see, there is a decent amount of green in here. Cardano 141, that's up almost 10% today. Solana's up 1.5% almost. AVAX, DOT, Luna. Those are all. Filecoin here is another one that's up. Atom's up really good. Tron, those are all stable coins. EOS, Link, Uni, Axie. A lot of these coins are up. So, it's kind of a mix right now. And of course, you saw in the title of this stream, Dogecoin. Elon Musk, Tesla is accepting Dogecoin. Now, this isn't, some sort of clickbait or something like that. If we go to Tesla.com, you can see we get, their nice Model 3 here. Freedom Prospector, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining in. Hopefully you're having a great start to the new year, both in crypto and everything else we're working on. So you said 10 years or less, 1 million per Bitcoin. I'm loving the down market filling the bags. That's a great way to look at it. A lot of people will see the crypto markets fall and they're going to be, upset. They're going to be, oh my God, I'm losing all this money. Well, the real crypto investors and the people who really believe in crypto as the technology, not just for the investment, see that as an opportunity to get more of it, because in the future here, not too long, it's going to become extremely hard to mine Bitcoin, much harder than it already is. And that means it's going to become even harder to get Bitcoin. There will be a point where the price of Bitcoin gets to a certain spot that it kills all of the faucets. The faucets have to be profitable, and Bitcoin, whatever, I don't own a faucet, so I don't know how all of the ratios work for, price and profit and all that, but there will be a hard stop number where they're going to have to either come up with some other strategy where they're giving out fractions of Satoshis, or they have a different way you earn, or you have to view more ads before you can earn. That's going to make getting Bitcoin much, much harder. So getting it now, like you said, you fully believe $1 million Bitcoin within the next 10 years. That, I think, is a very predictable, very possible, target for Bitcoin. Now, that I think is probably, 5 to 10 years down the road, unless something crazy happens, which would be really good. Whereas the $100,000 limit, I think, is a little bit closer. But hey, you never know. We could hit $100,000 and a few days later hit 500,000, Look at how quick Bitcoin went up this year. So getting back to this, and then again, if anybody else here, it looks like we've got 2 people. Freedom Prospector, I know you've been in here before, but if you have anything you want to talk about or hear about, please let me know in the live chat. Definitely always interested to see what you guys want to talk about. So coming back over here to Tesla, like I said, I put in the title here that Tesla is accepting Dogecoin. If we come up to the shop section, you can see they got this little advertisement here. Cyberquad for kids, top speed 10 miles an hour for 15-mile range. It's a little toy 4-wheeler modeled after the Cybertruck. If we click on this, you can see that the price is 12,020 Dogecoin. So you can actually pay for this item in Dogecoin. Now, if you hover over the little I, you can see it says Doge is a cryptocurrency that can be used to purchase this item. Doge price includes shipping and taxes. If we click on the Learn More, it takes you to Tesla's support page for a Dogecoin article. So this is crazy. I haven't seen a lot of coverage, I'll call it coverage, or videos about this on YouTube or in cryptocurrency spaces. We'd been talking about Dogecoin going up and up and up and hitting $1, and of course Elon Musk was promoting it very heavily earlier this year, and he started accepting Bitcoin. He was very open about his Dogecoin support. He talked about crypto on SNL, and it really fell off. It sounded like he didn't really believe in it that much. He thought it was just a side hustle to make a little bit of extra money. Didn't work out so well. But now, here we are, Dogecoin, 17 cents. This was 19 cents yesterday, but, 17 cents, still way higher than I would say about everybody in crypto thought Dogecoin would ever be, including the founders of Dogecoin. He finally started accepting it. Now, it's a starting point. Of course, this item is out of stock. It's a popular toy from Tesla. They sold out the day they were released, I believe, and that was when they weren't even accepting Dogecoin. As far as I know, this Dogecoin is about 3 or 4 days old. So you can't actually buy this right now due to stock issues, but the way I see this is a huge step in the right direction to possibly have Dogecoin cruise past $1, fly past it, $1.50, $2, whatever. Because as soon as Elon Musk proves that maybe this is a viable option, Dogecoin, the fees are cheaper, it's a much faster blockchain compared to Bitcoin, you might see this. You might be able to buy a Model 3 or a Model S or, another one of their actual cars with Dogecoin. And I think that is much more practical than using Bitcoin to buy a car like this, because Bitcoin's meant to be deflationary. It's going to go up in value, whereas Dogecoin, it's an inflationary coin. There's a set amount that are created every day with no cap. That means it's meant to be spent. It can be an investment, but eventually there's going to be so many that it's just, it's predictable. So we've talked about this before. So definitely something that's needs to be watched and keep an eye on it, because I think that'll be a really big step for Dogecoin and crypto as a whole if we can start consistently buying stuff from Tesla. And of course, there are other companies that are accepting Dogecoin for smaller products, just like an air purifier company or something. But Tesla's very recognizable. Elon Musk has made quite the name for himself and image with his rockets and his cars and everything that he's done, and he's a very big supporter of crypto overall. But Freedom Prospector, you said they all run away afraid of price when the price drops. Meanwhile, they should be getting in. It's like people are addicted to FOMO, getting in at the wrong time. Thank you for all you do. Keep slaying it. Thank you. Well, hey, I really appreciate the support. I'm really glad that you're enjoying it, and you're still showing up in the live streams and all that. Like I said, I took about a month break. Kept the videos coming out just pre-recorded, but we are coming up on the 1 year mark of this channel. I'll have a little bit more content as we get closer to that day, but the support here has been really, really good. We're, I think, 4,300 subscribers right now, so Freedom Prospector, I'm really glad you enjoy the content. Low Roller, nice to see you here. I'll get to your comment in just a second, but yeah, so you have a really good point. I think a lot of people see crypto going down and they think, oh, well, this is it. Why would I buy now? And, when they see it going up 10, 20, 30% in a week, well, I don't want to miss out. It's going up. It's doing really well. Why don't I go get some? So, it's kind of a little bit different. And I think part of that is a lot of people don't necessarily have a lot of investment experience. So they see when it's going up, what they see it as is a really good way to make quick money. They don't see the long term when it's down 10, 20% in a day. They don't see the long term of, well, it was up at $50,000, last week. It should go back up there. Now, of course, that's a little bit different with crypto compared to stocks because, crypto is so much more volatile. It's a very different investment category. But, I think that really does come down to people not really knowing the best way to go about investing in it versus just wanting to ride the up and get out before it goes down and, start riding it when it's going back up. So, that's just my thoughts. Who knows? But Low Roller, you said, how are your faucet earnings so far? So far, I mean, they've been doing really well. I will be doing an update video this week on the Dutchy Auto Faucet, as well as Rollercoin. Rollercoin released a really nice update that I haven't had a chance to do a video on yet, so I'll be doing some updates on those. I still have Fire Faucet running, autofaucet.org, Dutchy, I know I mentioned that already, but those are good. So far I would say it's about the same as last year. There hasn't been any big changes. Like I said, I did take about a month break from cryptocurrency as a whole. It kind of ran on autopilot with the faucets and stuff like that, but there isn't anything crazy new. I do have some new cloud mining sites possibly in the works to do some videos on. Obviously want to test those and make sure they're actually paying. Make sure they're legitimate before doing a video. Like, I did a video on Tarvos, ECOS. Those are all really good sites for cloud mining. Which, you don't get to see a lot of really good cloud mining sites anymore like you used to. So, those are cool. But faucets, I think, like I said at the beginning here, faucets right now, they're still here. Use them when they're still here, because there will be that hard stop for a price of crypto that you're going to make it there and you won't be able to use faucets for that crypto anymore. Like I said, I don't own a faucet, so I don't know how their price and revenue works, but, there's going to be a point when one Satoshi of Bitcoin is more valuable than the, I'll say 20 cents that you get for an ad for someone going on there, so it's not worth it for the faucet. So, there's going to be a reworking of faucets eventually when crypto continues to go up. And we're already seeing that in some faucets. There are some faucets that have closed down. They don't have the huge user base, say, like Free Bitcoin, where they have, a bunch of different ways that you can, quote-unquote, earn crypto that really you're just giving your crypto to them, the different games and stuff. But, if you don't have that huge user base, those multiple streams of income, Free Bitcoin doesn't have ads anymore. They've got the memberships, they've got the earn, they've got those games, all of that. So it's crazy, and using faucets right now I think is really important, because, it could very well be that this year we see a lot of faucets close down just because they can't afford to be giving out, Bitcoin anymore. And it might be too expensive to move over to giving out Litecoin or Cardano or, whatever. So, just reworking your systems like that, if they're not already looking into it, if Bitcoin gets too high in price, I wouldn't be surprised if they just close down. So that's kind of my thoughts. Who knows? That could be, a couple years down the line, or like I said, it could be this year. So who knows? But Freedom Prospector said, Chime Mine, I'm not sure how to say that, Cloud Miner was a huge scam for a lot of people, fell for it. Unfortunately, there were a lot of cloud mining scams. I used to, back in it was probably 2016, 2017 into 2018, there were a ton of cloud mining sites, and you had to be really careful because there were a lot of legitimate ones. There were probably 10 or 15 legitimate cloud mining sites that I used and was invested in that ran for many years until the difficulty got too high and hardware was too expensive and they had to close down. But there were also probably 30 to 50 scam or fake cloud mining sites that I had come across. And those cloud mining sites, they were set up to basically you invest. If you invest at the right time, you make your money back. You can withdraw. If you invest at the wrong time, you're out of luck. And there were a few cloud mining sites that I did lose some money on. So it was, you got to be careful with those. You got to always weigh the risks. If you're putting in $10, are you okay with losing that $10? Say the payments just are disabled. You can't withdraw anything, even if you make it to the payment limit. Maybe you don't make it to the payment limit and they close down the site before you have a chance to make it there. So, that's always something that, I try to say in the videos of cloud mining sites is, yes, this one is working great. I've withdrawn from it, I have money invested in it, but that doesn't mean you will have the same luck. There's always a chance that it will close down. And, you know, I don't want to have anybody lose money based off of a video that I did, but I also think it's important to, you know, showcase cloud mining sites for people that are willing to take the risk. And, you know, who knows? Maybe that is a very legitimate company and they're going to be here for 5 years, 10 years, whatever. So cloud mining's changed a lot. You know, you just got to be really careful with it. There's been a lot of scams in crypto, and there still is, and there still will be. You know, you got to really do your research and stuff like that. And that's why I think as more regulation comes in from the government, of course, I don't want to see that, but I think it will make it a lot safer for people who don't necessarily understand cryptocurrency and really know how it all works. It'll be a lot safer for those kind of people to invest and confidently have that, you know, have that cryptocurrency as an investment and not be worried about losing it. So, you know, it is what it is. It's unfortunate to see because a lot of cloud mining sites now, you see them and they might be legit, but they might end up closing down because people just don't trust cloud mining sites anymore. And, you know, no one's investing with them. So, you know, it's different and it kind of sucks. But, hey, what can you do? So, again, it looks like we've got 4 people here, so thank you to everyone who showed up. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, please leave a chat in the live comment section. Also, if you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing and liking this live stream, and please consider sharing this to other social media that you have, you know, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you know, YouTube, whatever. You know, trying to get as many people into the community. So thanks again for stopping by. But Low Roll, you said the faucets will turn to USA dollar version than Satoshi. That's a good point. They could switch over to using like USDT or Binance USD or whatever. You know, that still does require some sort of investment on their end, and I still believe if they're not thinking about that transition right now, it could be bad when it comes time to make that transition because they're just not ready for it. They don't have the either the team built that knows how to do it, or they don't have the funds to do it. So who knows? It'll be interesting to see how it goes. But yeah, I think the U.S. stable coins or whatever, that's a good way to go to keep faucets around. But then again, you're still going to be earning a lot less from those faucets because, you know, you might be earning the same dollar amount, but you're going to have to pay to swap that into, you know, Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, and then your fees might be, you know, real high. So it's going to be very different, and it's not going to be as lucrative. So, but yeah, I guess we'll have to see where it goes. So Freedom Prospector said it just went down 2 weeks ago, so many people fall for quick gains. Yeah, and that's another one of the things I try to put across in the cloud mining videos is if you're on a cloud mining site and it's saying, you know, you invest $100 with us right now, you're going to make $100 by the end of this month. You know, in the next 30 days, you're going to recoup your investment. That is the biggest red flag, because if you're investing in a true cloud mining site, that company should have a physical location somewhere in the world, whether they tell you where that is or not, with mining hardware, whether it's ASICs, GPUs, whatever. If they are, you know, truly mining, you are not getting your investment back in really any cryptocurrency consistently in a month. So, you know, those quick gains, you know, I make these videos and I'll see comments on here. It's like, why would I invest with this cloud mining site? It's going to take me, you know, 180 to 365 days to get my investment back. You know, that's way too long in crypto. I'm like, yeah, that's a long time, but that's a realistic return on investment in mining. Whether you're mining, you know, Ethereum or Bitcoin, if you have the right hardware, you should be looking at around that kind of time frame to make your money back. Any longer, you might be, you know, outdated with your hardware a little bit, or you're wrong pool, whatever. Really, any quicker is, you know, if it's a little bit shorter than that, you know, it might be that you're on a good pool, you had a good week, and the investment went up, or your block finding went up a little bit. But, you know, these 30 to 60 day investment times is, you know, that's a scam. So try and stay away from those. Usually the flashy, nice, well put together sites, usually those are scams. That's just a personal experience that I've seen. I come across these sites that look really nice, have nice animations, nice sliding bars, beautiful websites, and then, they close down after 2 months. Whereas, like EOBot or ECOS, it's, white, black, blue, 3-color kind of website. Very, very basic, no fancy animations. It gets the job done. And to me, I see that as the company is recognizing that, hey, to run this business, we need a website. The website is not a money-generating thing. As long as it works as it should, who cares what it looks like? If it looks very basic, as long as you can understand how it works, who cares? And that, I think, is a really good point, because they're a company too. They need to be profitable for them to stay around. So those are just a few things I look for when looking at cloud mining sites. And of course, not all of those are always true. You might find a really nice, more expensive website on a legitimate cloud mining site. Just from my experience, it has been that that's not usually the case. So, just one of those things I usually look for. But you said look it up on YouTube, and then you said good ones do exist. You just have to be vigilant. And you said that one bad one can ruin the whole group of them. One bad apple wrecks the whole basket. So that's a good way to look at it too. And it does suck, because a lot of the initial cryptocurrency that I made was with cloud mining sites. I took the faucet earnings and I took them and I went and found cloud mining sites and put that money into those cloud mining sites. EOBot is really responsible for a lot of the crypto that I had, and really a lot of the original viewers on the old Bitcoin tips came from a series that I did on EOBot, where it was weekly updates of my cloud mining on EOBot. And because of the way they had their site set up, you could grow very quickly with a very small amount of starting crypto. I took a week's worth of free Bitcoin claims, put it into EOBot, and had 1.2 gigahashes or something that I started mining more gigahashes or a crypto on there. So you don't see sites like that anymore, and it still is really sad to see that EOBot had to close down. But what can you do? So definitely I wish cloud mining would come back a little bit more, but I don't think it ever will, just because of the trust issue. All right, sorry, I had to take a drink there, but Freedom Prospector said Bitcoin is a black hole that consumes everything in its path. Long term, in my 2 cents, the cream always rises to the top. So yeah, it is. Yeah, that's an interesting analogy. I'm not sure, how you're thinking about it there, but it is something it's so new, it's so different from anything we've ever had in history, the history of the world. And I think right now, Bitcoin, it's like 10 years old or whatnot, 10 or 11 years old, but it's still so new. Up until really 2020 and 2021, more 2021, Bitcoin was not really mass adopted, and I would still say that it's not mass adopted. There are a lot more new people in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency since just over the last year, but that doesn't mean that that we really know what Bitcoin is capable of. Bitcoin, of course, is the first one, so it's going to be the most expensive and the biggest market cap and all that. But that could very easily change in the near future, and I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if Ethereum overtook Bitcoin. Ethereum 2.0 is being worked on. It's got to come out and all that. Still, they've got work to do, but we will see that. I think eventually, at some point, Ethereum will cross Bitcoin, just because Ethereum has so much more going on its network. I don't necessarily think Ethereum is better. They got to fix their fees. That's a big, reason I don't do a lot with Ethereum, is because their fees. And I've been doing crypto for 6 years now, 5 or 6 years. I I cannot understand some of the stuff with the adding chains and stuff like that in the MetaMask wallet. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, for me, it is so confusing. It just doesn't make sense. You know, you have the same coin, but it's on 4 different chains. So if you send it to the wrong chain, I don't really understand it. I think it's way more complicated than it needs to be. And for someone who's really new in crypto, it could be a really bad scenario. And like I said, that could just be me, but I do also have a friend who's been in crypto even longer than me, and he struggles just as much as I do with that stuff. So, you know, there have been times where I've been on, you know, a 4-hour call trying to figure out how to, you know, set something up in MetaMask for, you know, like the space coin or something like that. You know, that took a while for us to figure out. So who knows, but, you know, we'll see what happens. So Freedom Prospector said, I got my start with CryptoTab Cloud Miner, so I earned my first Satoshi cloud mining. I'm very thankful for discovering crypto in your channel. Well, hey, thank you so much. You know, I'm really glad that the content that I've been able to put out here on the channel has helped you with your journey in crypto. You know, that's really cool. You know, that's kind of why I started the original channel was, you know, I made a video, you know, kind of talking about, at the time there wasn't a ton of cryptocurrency content. You know, there was a few, you know, hey, I set up this cool computer, I'm mining, but, you know, at the time I didn't want to invest in mining hardware. You know, I kind of wanted to see, can I get into this for free? And, you know, after a few weeks of messing around with, at the time it was, I think, free Bitcoin, so I think the Moon faucets and a couple other faucets that closed down, you know, back in 2015, but after a few weeks of using those, you know, it's like, you know, I've always wanted to, you know, have a YouTube channel that was successful. Let me try and make some content on this, see what happens. And, you know, I was able to start helping some people find, you know, EOBot and, you know, free Bitcoin and start making money and actually helping, you know, grow the knowledge of crypto and stuff like that. So, you know, getting started with, programs like CryptoTab or NiceHash, you know, those are great ways to start mining cryptocurrency, you know, even if you don't have a super powerful computer. I do have a video coming out tomorrow on I think it's the 3 easiest ways to start mining Bitcoin and crypto in 2022. Meant for, you know, very beginner people. You're not going to get rich off of them, but if you are trying to get into crypto and don't want to just buy it, and you're okay with running your computer, try those. You know, that's I'm hoping that's a popular video, but, you know, we'll see what happens. But and then Freedom, you said Solana to wow, Solana FTM, I'm not sure, ADA with will eat ETH alive. You know, that's a very that's a good point. You know, I did a few videos on, you know, like, what is Solana, what is Cardano. They've got a lot of really good technology there. You said you hate Ethereum, I'm boycotting it and all of the tokens. I won't touch ETH with a 10-foot pole. You know, that's interesting because, you know, I don't hate Ethereum. I'm just not a fan of the way that, I'm just not a fan of the way that all of the tokens are set up on Ethereum, especially with how expensive it can be to send them. And I get why it's expensive, but, you know, if I've got, you know, like Shiba Inu, for example, you know, if you've got $300 worth of Shiba, say, you know, that's, you know, not a crazy amount to have, you're going to spend $50 to $100 to send that to an exchange or from your wallet or from, you know, wherever it is to another wallet. That's almost a third of what you have that you're just losing in transferring it. There's no way that crypto could become, you know, a mainstream currency, a mainstream part of everyday life when you are losing a third of your value sending it places. You know, crypto's meant to be sent around. There should be a fee, but, you know, more than a third of what you have, that's crazy. You know, there's no way you could be successful in making money or even just spending money if you're burning that much in fees. Real quick, thank you to everybody who showed up. It looks like we've got 5 people here, so if you guys have any questions or comments, leave a chat in the live comment section. So far, we've been able to get to everybody's questions, comments, you know, anything you want to hear about or see on the channel. criticisms, all of that. Definitely let me know. I want to make the channel as good as possible for you guys. So, Low Roller, you said the letter E faucets have been shut down. It's like Faucet Hub Wallet. I can't remember that name. Are you talking about Express Crypto? The Express Crypto has had some issues. I don't know. Let me try and take the maintenance tag off. Yeah, it doesn't work. Express Crypto, I don't know what's going on with them. I made a video showcasing them for 2022 as a great way to find faucets. Express Crypto, I've been using for years. It's a micro wallet that faucets will pay into, and you can just get all of your crypto, and then, they've got lists of, they have literally thousands of faucets on their list that all were partnered with them. According to this, they had a database drive failure, and the primary and secondary backup wasn't working. And, I will give it to them that, the issue that they described, having a disk failure, if a RAID controller failed or something like that, that can be devastating to a server or a database. If you lose a leg of your RAID, there isn't a lot of, you got to be really lucky and pay quite a bit of money to a company that specializes in it to try and recover that data. Now, obviously, I don't work for them. I don't know how that works, but I will give it to them. The issue that they described is a very hard one to solve, and it can be in a bad situation. The thing that I don't understand here is this was originally notified, or it originally happened the day before Christmas Eve, the 24th of December. They gave an update on the 28th, transfer hard disks to a special recovery company. So they did reach out to a specialist, and it could be that specialist, they had to ship their drives out. There's a lot of different companies and different tracks you can go. Taking the physical discs to the company, I think, is one of the safest ways to go about it. So 12/29, special recovery company working on the restoration of both discs. And then on 1/4, they said due to the holidays, no update from the company. Now, that was the last update. That was over a week ago. It's the 16th now. That was, in 2 days, that'll be 2 weeks of no update. That, to me, is completely unacceptable. I don't know, I see Low Roller, you said, is Express Crypto exit scamming. I don't know. I don't think they would have a reason to. From what I was able to see, Express Crypto was doing very well as, the company that they are. They had thousands of faucets partnered with them. I don't know what the fee is to get set up with them. They had tons of users. There were always people talking in the built-in chat here on the website. Every time I was on there were tons of people talking. That means there were tons of people on the site that were possibly using the games, different features of the site. They had staking, they had, interest, and all of that on the site. They were actively releasing updates that were, promoting new things on the site. From what I've seen in other exit scam type sites, usually everything will go quiet for a week or two before. There won't be any updates. The team won't say anything, nothing like that, where there were moderators talking, all of that. Now, of course, that's just a generalization. That doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. I just don't see a reason why they would want to exit scam, as it seemed like they were getting, they were getting a lot of users, a lot of news sites, stuff like that. From what I know about restoration of discs, it could go either way. I think we need to hear another update from them, in the next week. Any longer than that, and then I would start to think, all right, it's over. It just seems weird they haven't given us an update. They could at least say, hey, the company's working, it's taking longer than expected. It doesn't need to be anything in depth, just something that shows they're still there. So, who knows? Like I said, if they did lose a RAID controller or, even, some discs, a couple discs in a RAID 5, if you didn't have a proper backup of that, it's not going to work out too well. So, they said the database server was not able to recognize the primary and the backup disk. So to me, that makes me think that there was something wrong that corrupted the data on those disks that the server just can't read. So basically, what that recovery company is most likely doing is trying to reconstruct the data into a readable file or move it to a new disk that might not be corrupted. Who knows if it'll work, but I still think they're a legitimate company. You didn't have to invest with them. So I don't know how they would be exit scamming. It's not like every user had to pay, $100 to, use the site or something. It was something that the faucets had to pay for, I believe. So who knows? At this time, I don't think they're exit scamming, but I could be wrong. All right, sorry, I had to take a drink again there, but Low Roller, going back one comment here, you said, did you see $600, PayPal, Venmo, and others? You have to start paying taxes next year. I did hear about that. It doesn't necessarily surprise me, but, it is what it is. As crypto continues, getting into new markets, new companies, stuff like that, I think we're going to see more and more of that. It is what it is. Unfortunately, I think, in my opinion, I get it. I'm not surprised. I think they need to do a better job of saying, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, this is how to do it. Not just, you gotta pay it. All right, well, how do I show you that it's cryptocurrency? What is the form? Or, where do I put it? That's the thing, is it's so confusing to do that you either have to hire a professional, and a lot of regular, CPAs don't understand that. There are special crypto specialist CPAs that, understand crypto and that's all they do. But, it's something that is new, and we got to kind of, I think, more refine the process before you start hard enforcing it. So, who knows? But Mike, nice to see you here. Thanks for stopping by. You said, Happy New Year. Good to see you back. Happy New Year to you too. Nice to have some familiar names here in the chat. Hopefully, through 2022, we can get some more people into the channel, and then in turn have some more people coming into these live streams. Definitely, a fun thing. And like I said, we'll be doing some more content, live stream type stuff as we get closer to February. As you probably remember, that's when this Bitcoin Tips started. This channel was February 5th, actually. So we'll be doing some more content then, and kind of looking back at the last year. But thanks for stopping by. We have not looked at the Bitcoin chart yet. We can kind of take a look at Trading View. Had to remember the site. All right, Bitcoin to USD. We'll accept the cookies. So you can see here, we're looking at the day chart for, the last month. Couple months here, actually. Oh, this is a couple of years, isn't it? What the heck? So 2021, so last year. Zooming in, though, a little bit towards 2022, this is the last few months of 21. It actually looks pretty close to this support level. You can see we kind of crossed that a few times. Back here in September was the last time we were about this low. It dropped down. This line's a little bit lower than that, but we can see we're down here in the 40,000 range in September, traded sideways up and down a little bit, and then really took off towards October. And then, of course, we hit that new all-time high of 67,000 in November. It's been on a downtrend since then. We've kind of bounced back up and, stuff like that. We're kind of headed in the right direction here a little bit. I think we might see another few days of sideways, and we might see it start to go back up a little bit. What's good is it crossed this resistance line, but then ended up closing way above it. So we didn't drop through that resistance. Now, if we did, we'd probably drop back down to this level of 38 and possibly back down to the 30,000-ish range like we did back here. That's all just, if we break through this. But it looks like this support level held strong, which is nice to see. I think, we might see it trade sideways, test this resistance level a few more times. But overall, I think we'll probably see it start to slowly go back up, or maybe even quickly go back up, kind of like it did here. This was a, 43,000 up to, up to 48,000. That's a $5,000 day. So, we might see $5,000 to $10,000 over the course of a week, in the near future. So, definitely cool. If it breaks through this top resistance line here, 67,000, who knows? That'll be new all-time highs, and, I'm sure we'll start getting news coverage again on, the bigger, CNN and CNBC and stuff like that, which will just fuel the fire a little bit and continue getting more people into crypto and more people into Bitcoin, and thus driving up the price. I think now that, like we talked about earlier today, with Elon Musk starting to accept Dogecoin on Tesla's website, that's a big step for crypto, let alone Dogecoin. It's just, more things happening in crypto, and I think as the year progresses, if, we don't drop through these resistance line or the support lines here, I think we'll see new all-time highs and possibly cross into the six-figure range very, very soon. So, that's all just predictions. You never really know. This is all just kind of history-based analysis. That doesn't necessarily mean it's true, but, definitely something to think about. So, Mike, you said looking good. How do you think the Fed interest rate hikes will affect crypto? I would say, as a generalization of that, I would say it's going to negatively affect crypto, and the reason for that is because crypto is a very risky investment. A lot of people don't want to invest in something for the long term. Crypto to most people has been seen as a very quick way to make a potential large amount of money. Whereas if you've been in crypto since, 2013 or even earlier than that, you can see that long term, if you don't sell it, you almost always, with the top 10 cryptos, end up in the green. So, excuse me, but with the interest rates going back up, people are going to be less likely to make risky investments, which will mean that crypto won't get as much money. Now, I don't know if it'll negatively affect it, or if it will just slow down its growth, or if it will, have really no impact on it. But if I had to take a guess, with the very limited knowledge I have on all of that, I would say it will probably negatively affect crypto. Who knows? Like I said, I don't have a ton of knowledge on it. That's just from some things that I've seen. You might start to see that in the stock market as well. Some of the more risky, penny stocks, stuff like that, aren't going to get the money that they were, because now that interest rates are going back up, people trading on borrowed money, they've got a lot more risk in there. If it goes down, they got to be able to make those interest payments and pay back that loan. So just a, quick, opinion on that. Who knows if I'll be right or wrong. All right. So again, thank you to everybody who has shown up today. I do really appreciate everybody stopping by, sending in some chats and all that. Probably going to get ready to wrap this up here in the next few minutes, just because I've been talking for about an hour now. So, Mike, you said makes sense. What does your portfolio look like? Do you still have Bitcoin, Litecoin, Digibyte, Rocco, or did you add other coins? That's a good question. Probably won't show it here on the stream, but I'll pull it up and read off what I've got. So, of course, I do have Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Shiba, Litecoin, BitTorrent, BTT coin. I've got a little bit of Cardano, Spacecoin, Zaquilla or Zill. I've got some of those staking, Digibyte, and then the governance Zill, which is kind of paid off of, the Zill for staking. So it's just kind of a freebie coin. And then I have a little bit of library credits. Those are all of my, I'll say measurable coins. I might have some other random, like I did on Express Crypto. I had Redcoin on there. I had a decent amount of Redcoin. So there's that. those are the ones that I really keep track of. You know, it really, when you look at it, it's mainly, if we go to CoinMarketCap, it's mainly the top 10 coins. You know, there's not a lot. Wow, that is really bright. So, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. All right, well, Dogecoin's almost top 10. So 3 of those coins are top 10. Dogecoin, Shiba, and Litecoin. So that's 6 of those are in the top 25. 6 out of the 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So half of them are in the top 25. You know, Digibytes, Space, Zill, and BTT, I think. What did I miss? Oh, the governance, Zill, and the library credits. Those are the ones that are not in the top 25. So, you know, there's been a lot of research, kind of some different studies that I've read through on Reddit and stuff like that. I did a video on, you know, like, what is the best strategy for investment in 2022? Really, from all of the data that people have studied and all of that, the best crypto strategy investment is buy an equal amount of the top 10 and just set it and forget it. Now, of course, that doesn't work in every case, but a lot of the times they actually came out and said, you know, you could have bought the top 10 and I'll just give an example, say your return on investment would have been, you know, 50% over the course of the year. But had you put that same amount of money equally between Bitcoin and Ethereum, you might have made 75%. So really, as much as you like all the other little altcoins and how much, you know, some of them shoot up, you're really just throwing a dart at a board, and you're better off buying just Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, you know, the other coins are just ones that I've either collected or, you know, think have a lot of, you know, good value in them. You know, like Litecoin, been around forever. I think it's got the potential to go up. Digibytes, similar. It's a good project. I mined those coins back in 2017. Still have them. So, library, I get those coins for free, basically, as tips through the Odyssey platform. Zill was something I tried a few years ago and still have staking. Shiba, you know, I got into that just because the hype and all of that. Dogecoin I've had for a while, and of course Doge went crazy, so I still have them. And then of course Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know, I've been mining those for a while, so that's kind of what it looks like right now. I don't have a plan to add any new coins. You know, if something comes along and there's a coin that looks really good, of course, I'll, you know, look into adding it on. And, you know, I might even be removing some coins out of there. So, who knows? But, you know, consolidating into that Bitcoin and Ethereum realm. But, Ken Sean, nice to see you here. Let's see. I mentioned in the in Discord as well, Bitcoin redistribution still on the downtrend. Excuse me. Fibonacci has retracement to hit 24,000 and maybe more, and it has been dead on. I'm buying the dip. So, well, I have to say, I hope you're wrong. I hope the Fibonacci's wrong. We don't hit 24, but you know, who knows? It might be. You know, and like I said earlier in the stream, you know, if that happens, use faucets. You know, buy the dip if you can afford to. You know, stick with faucets, all of that. You know, it's going to be more profitable in the, you know, in the long term. So, other than that, my voice is starting to get tired here, so I'm probably going to end this stream in the next few minutes. I do want to say thank you to everybody who stopped by. A pretty successful stream for the start of the year, a little bit slower than normal, but not always a bad thing. So, Mike, you said always good to hear your insights. Looking forward to more content and streams. Thanks for the stream today. Hey, no problem. Glad you were able to join in. Sorry I wasn't able to do it yesterday. Some things came up, and it would have been, you know, a 15 or 20 minute stream, and I figured we'd probably want to be on for a little bit longer. So I decided to do it today. I'll try to keep up with at least one stream a week, kind of talking like this. Maybe look into doing some other streams where it's, you know, just more music, similar to what we did last year with mining. I don't know if I'll do, you know, auto faucets or what, but, you know, whatever you guys, if you guys have any suggestions or things you'd like to see in streams or videos, always leave comments on other videos. You know, I read almost every comment, unless for some reason YouTube doesn't show it to me. So even if you think of something after the fact of a stream or a video, you know, throw a comment in there. You know, I try to respond to most people's comments as well. So it's always, you know, all comments are accepted, you know, whether it's good, criticisms, you know, whatever. I just want to, you know, try and make the channel as good as possible and get as many people into crypto as possible. So, Kenshawn, you said I'm using DappRadar, Zapperfi, Gitcoin, Earn. Okay, just a lot of different different platforms and stuff. So yeah, I mean that's a good mixture to kind of look through. You know, I've used DappRadar and stuff like that before, back when Dapps were really big on the Tron network a few years ago. But you know, it is what it is. So you know, those are good ways to do some research and stuff like that. But yeah, so again, thank you to everyone who showed up today. I do appreciate the support. We'll definitely be doing some more streams over the next few weeks here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share with your friends, family, and other social media to get more people into crypto and help grow the community here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you